In this video, we're going to take a look at my hobby project. Alright, so it's time for me to practice what I preach. Therefore, I'm going to announce my hobby project and make it available to the world and let everyone see what I've been working on. So the project is called GoldPath, and the core concept of GoldPath was to create a roadmap working tool. That's still the target of GoldPath. However, in order for me to do a correct road mapping tool and etc., I needed to also have some sort of issue tracking. And it just happens to be that the tool that we've been using at work called Pivotal Tracker is closing down. So I had to pivot my pet project from doing roadmaps into doing issue tracking. And that's what I've been working on for at least 3 months now. That is similar to Pivotal Tracker, but it's not identical. So that's also an important thing to know. So GoldPath is a tool that helps focus on work in progress and making sure that you keep track of what's going on and how things are going. It's opinionated, so it's based on years of experience of driving and building software and with software development teams and driving collaboration in those teams. And it's collected from what I've seen working and what haven't been working. The idea is that if you're working on too many things at the same time, you will inevitably be slower in all the areas, and you will be slower in delivering customer value because you're doing a breadth first search of the domain that you're exploring. So therefore, getting an overview of how things are going is really, really important. But there's also another issue with traditional Scrum boards and Kanban boards and Pivotal Tracker and Trello and other tools if you're using them digitally. And the problem with that is they have an infinite backlog. It's fine when you start a project. It's perfect for short-time projects to just churn out a dashboard on Trello, or a Kanban board in Trello, or a Scrum board, whatever you want to call it, work through all the items. But when you're working with these continuously inevitable software projects that a software development team in a ISV style startup does, 6 months in, your backlog will be long. And it's easy to then lose track of, on this board filled with items, what's important. And especially if you have a team when you're larger than 4 people and up, working on multiple deliveries, perhaps one for a customer and one for a product development or whatever, it can be quite hard to see what item is prioritized once you start moving items across the board. So GoldPath aims to solve this with lists. I call them critical chain lists. They are always ordered based on priority, and the highest priority item is the one that is closest to being finished. The whole point is that the software should guide you to have as little work in progress as possible. So you're going to reduce the amount of cognitive load that you put on your brain to remember things, because you trust the tool to remember it for you, to remember the priority for you. And you can have group discussions where you reorganize things. So I really like the UI in Pivotal Tracker for doing this. However, Pivotal Tracker has this infinite backlog problem as well. So eventually, developers will start working on items or tasks that either they heard someone complain about most recently, or they will pick an item that is easier or convenient for them to solve. And this is not by ill intent, it's easier to work that way because you will make someone happy with completing the item, or you will have high progress working on items that you're confident that you can deliver on. The issue is those are perhaps not the most customer value driven items. They're perhaps not on the critical chain to delivering a feature. It could be a minor bug fix, or you just stale out and you're not getting progress. And this is what I try to solve with these critical chain lists. So each milestone is a finite set of deliverables that you want to work with or like finish, organized in order of priority, and the tool will push you to keep as few items in progress at all times, allowing you to faster churn through and actually deliver the milestone. So ideally, a milestone is like a 1 week to a 1 month project, and then you can assign tasks accordingly. And things that come in on the side should be added at the bottom of the list, because if you can actually work through the list, then you won't put the incoming tasks at the top of the priority all the time, just because that's the thing that you heard of last. So if you're coming from Pivotal Tracker, you would be quite familiar with the user interface. However, you will have more views than just this big overview and the analytics views. There's not as much analytics in place. There's not as much guesstimates of when you will be finished. Those features will be added later. However, if you come from Pivotal Tracker, I added a coupon code or like a promo code that you can use called Pivotal Refugee. I'm putting it in the description below so that you can use it. And that will give you 2 months extra trial for you to get a feel of the software, give me feedback so that I can adjust. And I also admit I'm a lone developer and I understand that maybe you are hesitant, whatever. Here's 3 months free if you want to use my software, which I really hope you do. Yeah, that's all.